Selma, and I'm here with Ashley Hammerbacher, who is our project lead for evepark, and Colin Pepper, who is in our Experience Center and is our evecar expert. And we're here to talk a little bit more about the evecar car share program that is exclusive to evepark residents. As this video premieres, there is a chat on the side. Please leave any comments in there. We'll be live answering anything that you have to ask us. And if you're watching this afterwards, please leave your comments below and we'll get back to you later. So to start things off, Ashley, evecar, as I mentioned, is an exclusive car share program for the evepark residents. How does evecar tie into evepark?
Thank you so much, Selma, for that question. And actually, the evepark project is focused on all elements of sustainability. So with the condo development that focuses on sustainable building design and energy efficient design, we're also looking at how to promote sustainable lifestyles. And one of those sustainability elements is actually looking at our transportation carbon footprint. In Ontario, the transportation carbon footprint is actually accounts for almost a third of the emissions that we're producing. And so to develop a truly sustainable lifestyle, we wanted to offer a electric vehicle car share program that would provide that sustainable transportation option. And so actually, this was part of our vision since day one. evepark actually stands for Electric Vehicle Enclave. So we wanted to promote electric vehicle usage, but another major component of having a green transportation option is actually allowing for this car sharing so that we didn't have to have these cars sitting around empty and not being used, but actually reducing the number of cars that would be on the road. So we're really excited to implement this in the evecar program and find it to be a crucial component to actually achieving the sustainability that we desire with evepark.
So how early in the design process did the idea of the car share come along, given that, I guess, the name derives from the electric vehicles themselves?
Yeah, so one of the other mantras for the evepark was to live in a park and not a parking lot. And what that meant was we didn't want to have as much of the land and area dedicated to just parking spaces as we see a lot across a lot of developments throughout North America. So to be able to accomplish that, because we wanted to make sure that everyone had a convenient and easy lifestyle, we wanted to implement a car share program. And this came on very early in the process. We decided to develop a car share fleet from day one to tackle that carbon footprint of all of our residents, as well as trying to make sure that it was a sustainable offering.
Great. So what differentiates evecar from any other traditional car share program?
Yeah, so most car share programs that you'll see on the road right now are mostly for internal combustion engine vehicles or gas-powered vehicles. However, this is an all-electric car share fleet, so having electric vehicles is definitely a big differentiator. The other thing that's really interesting is that it's all located within the evepark site and property area. So instead of having to go to a separate site, going to another neighborhood or a commercial center to go grab your car, it's actually right there within walking distance of your unit, allowing for residents to easily access it and have that available to evepark residents at the drop of a hat.
So I just wanted to ask a little bit more about the program itself. So most car share programs, they have this pay-as-you-go approach. evecar has 4 different car share options. Why was that decision made?
Well, we definitely wanted to implement the pay-as-you-go approach as an option because we wanted people to test the program to see if it meets their needs, get accustomed to it, and really get familiar with the evecar program. However, after doing quite a bit of research and talking with several of our purchasers already, we found the need to have a couple of other options that would meet a wide variety of lifestyles. So on top of the pay-as-you-go program, the Erie, we also have a program, the Huron, which allows residents who potentially commute every day during the work week and would have access to that vehicle during their normal working hours, but maybe they don't need it for the weekend. So for that person, they would be able to have that car reserved for them for the hours they would need it. But then on the weekend, it would go back to the car share, allowing for that car to be shared by the other residents, but also they can have that accessible to them when they need it. Another example is that we found that some residents really would prefer to have 24/7 access. They work at the hospital, or they might need to get somewhere at a drop of a hat. So to be able to do that, we also have the superior option, which allows for 24/7 access to the car, allowing them to have a electric vehicle, but at the same time meeting their needs of having a 24/7 vehicle. And having that range of programs really allows us to meet the demands of different lifestyles and different needs of the residents.
Okay, so I think I'm going to switch over to Colin and ask just some more specific technical questions about the program. How long does it take from the time that you decide you want an Eve car, participate in the Eve car program, to the time that you can be in the driver's seat?
That's a great question. Thank you, Selma. If a car is available, within minutes. However, we encourage as many people to book ahead of time as soon as you can, so that we can have a car reserved for you and that you have access to it without delay. But if a car is available and you need it at any moment's notice, you can just hop in the car and go.
How do people reserve their car?
So you guys can just reserve your car straight through the app, very simply with a couple presses of a button.
So what happens if you've reserved a car, but your car has not yet come back?
That's a great question, and I know it's on a lot of people's minds entering the program in terms of the flexibility that it offers. And so what actually happens is a fine is placed on the driver who hasn't returned their vehicle in time, and Eve Car will either allot another car to you or find an alternative method to get you to your destination on time.
What about parking and charging? Who takes care of that part?
Yeah, something else that I really think pulls buyers towards Eve Car is our policy on this. And included in all levels of the package from Superior to Erie is parking and charging at Eve Park. If you need to park overnight, or if you have one personal vehicle that's already taking up your parking spot, parking's free for this additional car if you want a Superior package vehicle. If you have to charge overnight because you've used the car all day, that's entirely included with the entire subscription across the range.
So I see that you have an example back there, but do you mind going over some of the possible car options that are part of this car share program?
Yeah, for sure. A big marketing and item and a big pull towards the program is we're using a fleet of Teslas. That means Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. If you need a little bit extra space, you can use a Model Y just like the one behind me. Or if you're just looking to do your typical grocery runs or commuting around London, then a Model 3 is perfect for you. And that, with the exception of our e-bike program and using Pedigo e-bikes, is what we're planning on starting with the Eve Park and Eve Car car share program.
So you touched on this a little already, but Eve Car members will also have access to e-bikes. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, for sure. Something else I'm really excited about is the e-bike program. And with the vast amount of golf clubs, parks, and trails around not just the London area, but Eve Park in particular, we wanted to look for a way to really incorporate that and make it as accessible to Eve Park buyers as possible. And with that, something really cool that we came up with was, let's run a bike share program. However, in typical Eve Car and Eve Park fashion, we wanted to add some sort of forward-looking and innovative addition to this. And that's where we came up with the e-bikes. And so we've decided to go with Pedigo e-bikes to allow for at very competitive pricing, all Eve Park buyers and residents access to these e-bikes whenever they like to go trail riding, to go on a short bike to work even, or just explore the downtown area. And so that's something else that we're really excited about including and that buyers can really take advantage of in the summer and good weather.
So to close things off, Ashley and Colin, what excites you the most about the evecar program?
I'm definitely most excited about the fact that we're really demonstrating what I believe to be the future of mobility for Canadians and for North America. We're showing the future of electric vehicle usage, but then also car share implementation. This is one of the first demonstrations of really showing what it means to have an all-electric car share fleet in a residential community where it's convenient, easy, affordable. This is something that we're really excited to demonstrate in Eve Park and hopefully have a program that can be replicated across Canada.
Yeah, there's so many things that excite me about this program. And I know you guys have probably heard me say how much I'm excited about it a million times through this video. But if I were to pinpoint one thing that would really stand out as exciting for me about this program is just exposing people and getting everybody into the next mode of transportation and this forward-looking technology. Being someone as fortunate as myself to be exposed into electric vehicles and Teslas in particular for many, many years now, there's so much leaps and bounds above the ICE engine and how efficient and cost heavy those other vehicles are. I mean, just taking it back to sort of the nerdy side of things, you see a 20 to 30% efficiency of energy in an internal combustion engine, where with electric cars, you can get up to the 80, 90, and even above percentage of efficiency with their electricity. And that's even beyond hydrogen electric vehicles. And so just the technology that we're putting in people's hands and how accessible we're making it to our Eve Park residents is something that really excites me, and sort of seeing people adopt those vehicles more and more and more, and sort of shake the notion of being stuck to a vehicle, and two, stuck to an internal combustion engine vehicle. That's really what I find exciting about this program.
Perfect. Well, thank you both of you, Colin and Ashley, for joining us and really explaining a little bit about the car program and what people should expect. To everyone watching, thanks for joining us. Like I mentioned, if you have any comments for us, please leave them down below. We will do our best to answer them, and we hope to see you at Eve Park very soon.